name's Rebecca. I'm a friend of the recovery community and to many people in recovery. I would like briefly to share the experience of two of my friends. One who struggled with alcoholism, who, when you make the decision to come into recovery, it's a difficult one and it is timely. You have to be able to have access to services when you're in that mindset, because if not, your window of opportunity is lost, and unfortunately sometimes so are you. And my friend did go for treatment, for detox, several times. And this was during the time that Wake County was not, or UNC was not involved in detox. He stayed each time a couple days, and when I visited him, he, oh, I feel great, I'm ready to go. How are you going to stay clean? Oh, that's not what this is about. I'm detoxed. So he was discharged with no aftercare plan, no resources in the community, no idea how to stay sober. And sadly, we lost him to that addiction because he continued that cycle of relapsing and was never able to be at Wakebrook for detox when it wasn't day mark. I have another friend who was struggling with an opiate addiction, and he was having really terrible withdrawal and had been in the emergency room. This was in the dead of winter. And when I inquired about him at the emergency room, they didn't know his whereabouts. He was in the emergency room, supposedly, but they didn't know his whereabouts. When I finally did speak with him afterwards, I asked, and he said, I knew if I could get to Wakebrook. I left the hospital because they weren't paying attention to me. And I left, I had a gown, just my gown tail, it was freezing cold, and I walked from the neighboring emergency room to Wakebrook because I knew if I could get there, I could get help. And I know that that's just two people, but I'd like to remind you, for those two people, there's families. And for those two people, they only represent, a small fraction, a tiny fraction, drop in the bucket of the citizens of Wake County that need this service. And I implore you to please continue to provide a skilled service like Wakebrook that is holistic and that truly is passionate about their patients and about recovery. Thank you.